My name's Melinda Miller, and I'm a client outreach coordinator for Fences for Fido. We found out about Denver through a very kind person named Hans, who happened to make a wrong turn in a very rural area of Oregon.
Well, hi, my name is Hans, and I am in outside sales. So I had a sales call, and I was driving along and put the address into my GPS. And I pulled into a driveway. And when I went down the driveway, I noticed that there was a dog there on a chain. It looked pretty unkempt, uncared for, skinny. You know, it looked like he was real muddy and dirty, and obviously was underweight, even from the little bit I saw.
Hans made a wrong turn that was a great wrong turn, because he saved his life.
My name's Wendy Gaber, and I'm a client outreach coordinator for Fences for Fido. I volunteered to be the client outreach to go out and find out what was going on, what the situation was. Is the dog chained all the time? Is it, you know, we just don't know what we're getting when we go out there.
Well, when I pulled into the driveway, I literally had to drive over his chain. We found a very emaciated Labrador mixed dog living on a chain in a rusty barrel.
We got our first look at Denver when we walked over to assess the situation, and he was extremely emaciated. I don't know how to, you know, it was skin and bones.
The moment I saw him, his head was down. He wasn't even looking at us, and he just stood there. And I saw him from the top, and I saw ribs and hip bones and fur. That's pretty much what I saw. Didn't even see his face at first because his head was down. And you could tell he was a broken dog.
The situation was so dire, we felt our only option was to get him out of there today. If we had left him, we could have come back to him not being there anymore, in the sense that I don't think he would have survived.
And so I started going to my car. I was like, I hope I have a rescue for him. I hope I have a rescue for him, because I'd not really thought about carrying one with me before, but now I don't leave home without him. We wanted him to have a fresh start, and it was starting as soon as he got in my car was his fresh start. And so we washed away the old and gave him a name and a new collar and some love, and he smelled a lot better.
So the next day we took him into Gladstone Veterinary Clinic, and Dr. Tembrookie saw Denver.
The majority of his health issues were due to being chained, not having the ability to run around and get normal exercise, not having regularly available, you know, good nutritional food to eat, and he was basically kind of in the process of wasting away. The
resiliency that he has, and he's able to, you know, come back to himself and find himself again is pretty remarkable.
I think his spirit's coming back. It's getting there, and he's got some confidence now. And I think that he also feels a little bit more content and secure because he has had such a great foster home.
I am Megan Hutton, and I'm Bear's new mom, and he came in and he fit in so easily. You know, we've had him almost a month, and in that month, the difference, I think, is phenomenal. My husband takes him for a walk twice a day. They go down to the dog park. You know, dog park people are dog people, so they just love him, and he likes them, and they go up and, you know, they pet him, and he's really good with people. I've never met a dog that I didn't think was worth saving. You know, I just never have. And Bear, definitely, for some reason, this was meant to be. And I don't know why, but I'm glad it happened.
I'm Lorna, and I'm Client Outreach Coordinator with Fences for Fido. I was a new Client Outreach Coordinator, and I wanted to go out with Kelly because she's so good at it, and she gets yeses a lot, so I wanted to see how she did it. And she had recently heard about a dog named Jasmine from our volunteer Rob, who had seen her when he was driving by.
My name's Rob Rupp. I was going to work one day to Mist, and on my way there I have to go through Vernonia, so as I'm driving through, getting into the town of Vernonia, I spot two dogs chained in the front yard of a house.
My name is Jennifer Adams, and I went out to see Jasmine a few different times. The family did say that they were going to surrender her to us, and we were all really happy about it.
Unfortunately, the owner called and left a message saying she had changed her mind and had reconsidered and wanted to keep Jasmine after all.
The weekend after Thanksgiving, we built the fence. And it was like, that was my second lead, and it was like 4 or 5 inches of snow on the ground. It was cold. It was like 34 degrees when we got there, you know, but it didn't matter, so it was for her.
After the build, the next July, a group of us went out to check on Jasmine for our twice yearly well-checked visits, which we do for all dogs in Fences for Fido.
And the dog owner said that, you know, she had decided that she was going to surrender actually both dogs to us, Jasmine and the inside dog, Jax. And so we were absolutely ecstatic.
And she said she'd only give her to me. Well, I was kind of hoping I could take her on, but it just wasn't going to work at the time, so. And she said she wouldn't give her to anybody else, so. I climbed on my bike one Sunday and went up there and talked to her, and I said, you know, I can't take her right now, but I can make sure that she gets a good place. And after about an hour negotiating, she not only gave me Jasmine, but she also gave me Jax, who was their indoor dog.
I first learned of Jasmine through my sister. She is the one who sent me the very heart-wrenching and pathetic picture of Jasmine at the end of her chain, skin and bones. I got an email, I was with my sister, and found out that she needed immediate foster or home. And we fostered her. So we brought her home, and Kirk said, foster, that old gag. Don't think for a second I'm not onto you.
When she said she was going to get Jasmine, I knew it was going to be our dog. There was no question that she was going to be a permanent fixture.
Jasmine is a princess now. Not that she wasn't always. Maybe she before was just a princess in disguise, and now she's full-fledged.
I think the princess is more her attitude than her name. She acts like a princess. She acts like she deserves, which I guess she does, to sit on the couch and be on the bed and be in the front seat of the car instead of the back and stuff like that. So it's more of an attitude than a name.
Seeing those pictures of her where she looked like she was not long for this world, where she was just broken, to see her now where she's happy and healthy and loved and loves everything around her and everyone around her, and playful and full of life is really for her to come full circle, I think. I'm Rhonda Geiger, and Jasmine rescued me.
The Railroad 5 is what we call them. 3 Legs is an 8-month-old pit bull. When I first met 3 Legs, it was a Saturday, and I had heard about multiple dogs on this property in Aurora from a neighbor.
Well, my name is Kelly Bailey, and I'm a neighbor that was concerned about several dogs that were tied on a piece of property, and pretty sad situation, especially with Trike, who was a 3-legged dog.
All of our eyes just went to 3 Legs. He was in the back of this property, I would just say, just a skeleton of a dog, just hopeless, just fully forgotten. 3 Legs lived in the mud.
I was out there several times before the initial build, and you know, this guy, he just got to me. You know, I'd come home at night, and all I could just think about was him, you know, at the end of that chain. He just haunted my dreams.
The day of the build was an interesting day. It was an emergency build, so it was on a Wednesday. It was a really ugly day weather-wise. It was raining, it was really cold, and the first time I saw Trike, he was just there to greet me with a smile. He amazingly was just happy. He was just happy to see anyone.
About an hour into the build, I saw Jose come out, one of the family members. And he came up and he said, I've talked to my wife, my family, you can have 3 legs.
I just kind of walked him over to my car, and Cedar was in the back and sat with him, and he sat right on her lap the entire ride. And I just remember looking in my rear mirror and seeing Cedar and Trike, and just remember how it's kind of so surreal. We got to Oswego Vet. He peed right in the lobby, I think a couple times.
He's done great with minimal treatment for that leg so far. So I think for him, the big thing was exercise and just mental health. I think he'd obviously been through some traumas and was a nervous dog, and he's really shown since he was in a situation where he could build up his strength and feel safe again.
Trike, to me, reminds me of the difference that, we are making in the field each and every day.
Life is good for Trike. He now has his brother and sister whom they're just a pack. He does have his own Facebook page. He's quite the celebrity.
Dog park, daycare, rides, sleeping on the couch. It's not too bad over here. This guy just, I think he needed a little more than a fence from me. And so I think he needed my fence. So he came home with me, and I'm gonna let him stay.